The CEO was worth billions, but he couldn't find a wife. Meanwhile, his 88-year-old father kept pressuring him to give him grandchildren. Desperate, the CEO went to a bridge and hired a homeless mother and her son to pretend to be his wife and child. But what the CEO didn't know was that the boy was actually his biological son. It turned out that 6 years ago, the CEO had, by chance, saved a young rural woman who had run away from her wedding. They crossed paths in an unexpected encounter, and because it was dark that night, they couldn't see each other's faces clearly. The CEO had no idea that the woman had borne his child, but fate somehow made the CEO, while searching for a fake son, end up finding his real son. When the CEO's father learned that his son would be bringing his grandson home, he was overjoyed and immediately ordered the butler to prepare everything to welcome them. However, the second uncle told his father not to get too excited, because this grandson had to be fake. After all, the CEO had never been in a relationship, so how could he have a child? Hearing this, the CEO's father's smile disappeared instantly. Soon after, the CEO arrived home with the mother and child. The CEO's father, upon seeing them, was about to scold his son, but the boy ran straight into his arms, hugging him and shouting, "Grandpa!" Instantly, the CEO's father was filled with joy. The CEO's aunt took the opportunity to ask which wealthy family the wife came from, since she was so beautiful. Seeing that the woman didn't know how to respond, the quick-witted boy ran over to interrupt and defended his mother. But the second uncle and aunt didn't give up and decided to uncover the truth. The aunt seized a chance to take a strand of the boy's hair and planned to do a DNA test. They conspired to reveal the truth at the CEO's father's birthday party. When the DNA report arrived, they would expose everything in front of friends and family. Soon, the day of the birthday came, and the second uncle discovered the real identity of the mother and child. They waited for the DNA report to arrive so they could expose them. But what they didn't expect was that the boy was actually the CEO's biological son. Of course, the DNA report confirmed he was indeed the biological son. When the hospital director received the results, he immediately sent the report to the CEO's father. Meanwhile, the mother and child, unaware that their true identity had been discovered, were peacefully enjoying the party. To make his grandfather happy, the boy drew a picture wishing him many descendants, which made the grandfather laugh even more joyfully and accept the boy as his real grandson. This greatly upset the second uncle and aunt. After congratulating the grandfather, the boy went to eat with his mother. But since it was their first time attending such a party, they didn't know the etiquette and sat in the corner with bowls in their hands. The other guests started laughing at them, which delighted the second uncle and aunt. But the CEO's gesture was moving. Seeing the two of them, he walked over, picked up a plate of food, and sat beside the woman. The CEO's father, seeing this, was very pleased, and also followed his son's example by sitting beside the boy. The mother and child were deeply touched, and the guests changed their attitudes. But the second uncle couldn't stand it any longer. He stood up and declared that the boy was not the CEO's son,